Welcome to another episode of Craig Cash and Joe Money.
Great money debates where fire ignites. Joe and Craig go toe to toe each night. Cash and clout, no time to wait. Tune in now to the Great Money Debate.
Here's how it happens. A question is asked. We don't know the question. We immediately have to choose one side. The other person has to take the other side of the argument. We will stoop to the lowest of lows. We will make facts up if we have to in order to win the argument. And all we care about is you telling us who you thought won. And of course, Joe Money's going to win, right? Just go ahead and comment it. That's all I really care about. But here is the question: is government-run healthcare better than private healthcare? And I'm going to say that government-run healthcare is better than private healthcare.
Why do you think that?
Well, listen, you tell me why private healthcare is better. You're originally from Canada, so tell me.
Well, listen, private healthcare is absolutely a better system. I think there's a couple main points that you can look at as to why. Let's take one, privately run businesses. Do you think privately run businesses are most of the time better run than the government? A lot of hoops to jump through, a lot of things that have to happen. Listen, if it was privately run, like most businesses in the United States, they function better. So I would imagine that a privately run healthcare system would function better.
You would imagine? We're talking about reality here. I'm not talking about imaginations right now.
This has to be an imagination because it's not real right now. So you got to imagine.
It's real some places.
I'm talking about here. Here's the other thing. Here's another big key factor. The people that you can get in a private system, again, I have to imagine better people that are equipped more for that role, they'll want to do that thing. Just as an example, if we take a person, if you're looking at a person who wants to potentially be a doctor, in a private system, there's going to be more benefits for them to go be a doctor versus if it was government funded. The salaries probably going to be less.
In a government system, you're saying?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So you're going to attract potentially people.
Well, I would just say on the flip side, then all you get in a private healthcare system is money grubbing doctors, people that want to be paid a big pile of money. And what do they do in business? What is the least we can do for the most amount of money? There you go. So government run programs, listen, watch this here, are better. Here's the fact. Everybody gets to have health care. There is no question. You just walk in, you get served, you leave, no bill, because it's paid for from the government. And so government taxation, they have control of taxes. They can tax it. And as a result, people can have babies, people can endure sicknesses, illnesses, and it doesn't bankrupt them. We know that 50% of bankruptcies in the United States are due to medical bankruptcies. That's not because they had a lot of great health insurance. It's because they had either little or no health insurance, inappropriate coverage or no coverage, and as a result, they're bankrupted. It's a terrible thing that your body, which you have control some of, but not all of, that very thing could betray you and bankrupt you. And not only bankrupt you, but if you have young children at home, like I have a guy I follow on YouTube right now. He's like late 40s. He just had his second set of strokes. And he has aphasia right now to where they're showing his journey. I mean, this guy's a big time outdoors guy. He's all over the place. And right now he can't even pronounce words. He can hear them in his head. He cannot say them. It's horrible. He's wildly emotional about it, but he can walk around still. If he did not have appropriate insurance, he's going to be destroyed. I don't know his insurance situation. And that's the thing in the United States, they give care whether or not you have the ability to pay, which is already happening, right? But we should just have a government program so that everybody gets paid, so the healthcare systems are not having to write off these massive write-offs of uninsured people. And from cradle to grave, you are covered.
Well, that can still happen. It's just, I think the argument is, should the hospitals, the clinics, these different pieces that you go to, who's running that? Not necessarily who's actually running the insurance and who's actually, it's talking about like, well, is that a privately owned enterprise, that specific thing? To your point, to your argument, yeah, I bet it would be more expensive.
I remember as a kid, I was in college. I came home. I was playing racquetball. I'd never played racquetball before. My brother invited me to go play racquetball. I have no insurance. My parents did not have health insurance. I have no insurance. And I remember that I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm over here and they have these walls in racquetball, and I ran into the wall somehow. My racket bounced off the wall and hit my elbow, and this big thing swelled up. And I did not go, to the doctor or anything because I had no health insurance. I'm like, I don't know how on earth I'm going to be able to pay for this. And I think that situation happens millions of times a year, that people have instances happen that needed care. And because of the cost of it, because of the way the private healthcare system is run, they just don't go get care. And yeah, it might be 3 or 5% of them actually have major issues and they should have went to the doctor. But are we okay with that?
No, I think we shouldn't be okay with that.
Okay, so government-run health care is better?
No, not at all.
Oh.
I think it would be more expensive if it was private. That's true. But I think the level of care would go up with that.
I think people are already gaming the system anyhow and making the government pay for it anyhow with Medicaid. So why not just make it universal? Who won? Did I win? Did he win?
What
Craig
do
Cash or Joe Money?
That's a unique one because it's I mean, as of right now, it's kind of a weird.
You know what I think?
Land.
This is just weird. This is the after talk. I'm an employer, so in a weird way, as an employer, I control your health care.
Yeah,
and I think it's weird that employers control individual health care. It's.
But couldn't I go get it somewhere else?
You can go get your own health insurance through the exchanges or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we make a choice to change insurance providers, that could affect who your caregivers are. And you have no say in it.
Well, and where I can go.
Yeah.
Right? Like
which network.
Which network is in.
And to me, that is so weird that an employer in a lot of cases in the United States, it is in charge of individuals' health care. That is just really weird to me.
Well, I think you made a lot of good points. One being the cost of it. It's like if it goes private, like just say it's all privatized. There's no doubt it's people say it's expensive now. It'll get a lot more expensive because it can. I do think the argument is true though that the level of care would go up, not an immediate thing, but I think if it goes private, probably salaries would increase. There'd be more attractive.
It is private. It is private right now. So, but we do know in most countries that have universal healthcare, government-run healthcare, that the wait times are extraordinary. And there's a lot of people that actually fly to the States to actually get care because they're tired of the line waiting and they end up paying for it themselves. We would love to hear your comments. Hey, maybe you're joining from a country that has universal run healthcare. I admit I'm not fully versed in the conversation.
Yeah, me either.
And I think this really reveals to me that Joe Money and Craig Cash need to do some more research. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, comment that Joe Money won. Bye. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching this video. Hey, can I ask you to do a couple things for us? One, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe so you never miss out on content, and check out the next video. I think you'll find it helpful too.